Hello, everybody. Welcome to Knights of the Round Table. I'm Luca, and this is TJ.
Hello, everyone.
And for tonight's edition, we are reviewing Klaus. Klaus is a 2D animated Netflix film about Jesper, a delivery guy who doesn't care for his job. As a wake-up call, his father sends him to deliver letters in a small, frozen town where everyone hates each other. He has a hard time doing his job and ends up getting help from a man who embodies Santa Claus. So, TJ, what are your thoughts?
I quite enjoyed this film. I was fairly excited for this film. I heard about it. I heard about it a lot in 2019 when it came out, but never got around to watching it. And seeing as it's the holidays, I felt this is a good film to review. And yeah, I guess as said, it's pretty solid. What do you think about it?
I found it to be a lot of fun. The movie has a very experimental art style. It looks very similar to Song of the Sea. It's like watching a painting.
Yeah, but at the same time, the characters they have so much dimension to them. They use this sort of like shading program, which I don't know much about, and it looks very good. It doesn't really distract from the integrity, for lack of a better term. No, that's like wishy-washy jargon, but that applies. But again, it just looks really well done. There's just so much there's so much volume, and there's so much volume to all the characters. And I especially like love the colors in this film. What, you have any thoughts on the colors?
I love the colors. They really suit the characters and backgrounds.
Okay. Yeah, I really enjoyed this film's use of color. There's from the gray. I love so much of this film's colors, from the grays when Jesper first arrives in Smearensburg, and I love how there's like the warmer colors that are introduced gradually for the film as the town lightens up. It's simple, but it works so well, and the environments in these films are also very well done. Smearensburg as it transforms,
Mm-hmm.
and to the forest where Klaus lives, and how I love how the environment of that environment, and how it feels kind of ethereal. And and it's so well done.
Yeah, I like the shadowing effect they put on Jesper. Like,
It put another one.
yeah, but Jesper in particular, but when we see him like under the bridge looking at the kids, the shadow reveals that he's up to something shady. And
Okay.
like when he's sneaking into Klaus's house, you can see that he's scared.
Uh, okay. Now, speaking of the characters, how'd you find the characters?
I like them. They're a fun
Yeah.
bunch of people.
Yeah.
I like how the people of Spearsburg, is that the name?
Smearensburg, I believe. I
Spearns?
might be
Spear.
Smearensburg, if I'm remembering that correctly.
I like how the people of Spearsburg start out very violent. Poor Jesper doesn't get treated like a guest when he comes in,
Yeah.
and I like how they become like nicer people through the course of the movie. Like
Yeah.
Jesper gives them the push they need. Good writing on the writer's part.
I mean, I would argue that was mostly Klaus's doing,
Both
although
of them.
Jesper did give him the push. He gave him the push, if not by accident. But yeah, the characters. There's
And I just have one more thing to say. The friendship between Klaus and Jesper was like heartwarming to watch.
yeah,
I like how Jesper gets Klaus out of his comfort zone, and Klaus helps Jesper with his job.
yeah. I found the character. Yeah, I enjoy the characters. Like I feel the film balances them out very well. There are a lot of side characters, as mentioned. There's a lot of character, as mentioned. Like the town plays a big role in the story, and I feel, if anything, I wish they give him a little more time. But still, as it is, they don't ever feel like they take over the film. And there's so many, yeah, and there's so many there's so many creative designs and quirky characters in that area. It's yeah, which makes them very memorable and very endearing. Just yeah, I really like J.K. Simmons as Klaus. He's very. I love how he. I feel he did a very good performance. Yeah. So did I need to look at his name. So did Joe. So did he has this weird name. Jason Spartzman. Spartzman. I should have had the computer read that out.
I don't know how to pronounce his last name.
Yeah, Jesper's actor. He also does a good job. Jesper's all right, although I don't really feel like he really popped out. Yeah, although he does go for an arc, which is nice. And that's about all I have to say about the characters. They are just very endearing.
Jesper reminds me so much of David Spade, like
How so?
like his voice and personality. He's got like the snark in it to him.
Yeah, also Cusco. I've heard people.
He's a lot like Cusco.
Which makes sense.
Yeah.
I can see that. It's yeah. You felt, and so you enjoyed the story.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah. Okay. Anything else to say about that?
Nothing new.
Okay. Story's all right. Like, part of me wishes like it's a very simple story. Like, it's very much a Santa Claus origins story, which is a whole genre in itself. And how it's laid out is all right. I would like if there was a few more twists here and there, but it is very well executed as we said, like how the town transforms throughout the film. And the acting, and I guess the animation counts as the transformation of the film, but it still applies. A very simple story, but it is very well told. How did you find the music in the film?
I found it to be wonderful. In my opinion, they play well with each scene they're in.
Yeah.
Like, you have angelic music for when they're like celebrating Christmas. You have scary music for when Klaus and Jesper are being chased by the mob.
Okay.
And you have like a sneaky kind of song when Jesper comes into Klaus's house at the beginning.
The score was well done. I felt I didn't really like the more contemporary stuff they put in there, like some of the pop music they put here and there. I'm just not too fond of when movies do that in general. And here, the songs, they're okay, but really, so much of this film feels fairly timeless, and the few times when they do have again more pop music, it did kind of take me out of the film, but not too bad.
What do you think of the comedy?
The comedy works very well. There's good timing to the physical humor, as well as a good weight to things. It felt appropriately used, and that's all I have to say about the comedy. What did you feel about the comedy?
Same thoughts, pretty much. It worked well.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So let's wrap this things up. So, Luca, would you recommend this movie?
Yes. I totally recommend this film for families at home. Klaus, it's a solid film, has a heartwarming story and an experimental art style. And
Yeah.
I'd rate it somewhere in between a 9 and a 10.
Okay. Yeah. I also really enjoyed this film. It's nice. It's a nice heartwarming film for the holidays, as mentioned. It's nice to see a recently made 2D film. Those are always nice when they come out, especially when they're good. I do wish there's a few more twists here and there, but that doesn't really ruin the story for me, and a few other small gripes that don't really matter. But overall, it's just very well executed. I'd give it a solid 8.
Okay.
Okay. So, Luca, what film do you want to do next time?
And All Dogs Christmas Carol.
All Dogs Christmas Carol.
It's a Don Bluth film.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'll see you then.
All right,
Thank you
see you,
for
TJ.
Bye.
Thank you for joining me today.